When it comes to getting clients for your digital marketing agency, whether you're doing SEO, web design, Google pay-per-click ads, or some other service, so many people get this wrong when it comes to figuring out how to actually get clients. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how I took my digital marketing agency, Landscape Marketing Pros, from $0 to $35,000 in monthly recurring revenue using simple $7 a day retargeting ads. And briefly before we begin, I want to just announce that registration is now open for my agency client getting web class. The first link in the description, as well as the pinned comment down beneath this video. Tons of you have been asked about how you can get additional training with me on a more one-to-one level. Going and watching that web class and enrolling in the training that's available is how you can do just that. So again, first link in the description, as well as the pinned comment down beneath this video. Okay, step number one in my strategy that I use to grow my marketing agency with $7 a day ads begins with attracting traffic. I know what you're probably thinking, why aren't we going to the ad platform to start doing all this with targeting? The reason being is that the strategy that I use with the advertising was exclusively with retargeting. Facebook and Instagram were the two platforms. Now, if you're someone that's just brand new getting into this, you've never started a business before, you have really no business running cold traffic ads, especially now because of how expensive it has gotten, because there's a lot of competition out there. If you're not comfortable spending 5, 10, 15K a month on ads, it's going to be an uphill battle for you. And either way, at that point, you have to know your numbers over the long haul to even know if that's going to be profitable, because of the fact that it's going to cost so much to get a booked call. Now, the two absolute best methods, in my opinion, this is what I used and continue to use day in and day out with my agency, Landscape Marketing Pros, is the YouTube channel and of course my agency's website, because it ranks for a lot of keywords. I put a lot of effort into it. And the reason that this is so great is because you can literally use your phone that you're watching this video on right now to record content and put that on there. Obviously, you're gonna have to build some skills and understand what you're doing, but I can give you at least the base level here in this particular video. In the webinar that I mentioned earlier, that's linked down below, we go a little bit more in depth into it. But if you're someone that has $0 to put into advertising, that's gonna be the absolute best way to go about it. But the other reason is because of buyer intent. If a business owner is out there seeking information about marketing their business, whatever industry they're in, whether that's remodeling, plumbing, anything under the sun that you can think of, they have a lot more buyer intent than you having to go through and run an ad on social media to a cold traffic audience. Then you have to do some crazy pattern interrupt to get their attention. And it's just a whole lot more work to close that prospect, because they're gonna be insanely skeptical. Whereas if they interacted with your website through Google search, where they're already typing in marketing my remodeling business, or they found your video on YouTube talking about SEO for remodeling contractors, they are going to absolutely be way more interested. The skepticism, the list of objections that they're going to have during a sales call is going to be far lower when they come in through that versus a cold traffic ad, like I mentioned, where you have to do some crazy pattern interrupt in order to get their attention. Also, another thing I want to throw in, and you can almost call this step 1.5 if you wanted to, is to accelerate this process, niche down as fast as possible. What I wish I could have done years back, instead of trying to work with roofing companies, siding, windows, even at one point trying to dentists. I even ran ads for dentists as a marketing agency trying to get this going. Basically, I was a generalist trying to work with everybody. When I niched down and then when I really focused in on things, that's when things really took off. That's why it took 5 years to basically become profitable, which is just ridiculous. It should not have taken me this long at all, but I had shiny object syndrome. So I encourage you to find a blue ocean niche, basically that being a niche that's not oversaturated. I'm not saying that all industries are oversaturated or anything like that, but I do see a lot of landscape marketing agencies that pop up. Oftentimes they leave as fast as they come in. Similar with plumbing, electrical, HVAC, concrete coating is another one as well. And that's not to say that those are oversaturated, you'll never be able to get any clients, but it's going to take a lot more work using the aforementioned strategies, because it take a whole lot more effort to stand out. And if you're struggling to find a niche, I did a video a while back. I'll link to it up above in a card or down below in the description. Check that video out and figure out some ways to kind of get into an industry, because you're gonna have to learn a lot about it. But one of the best ways to see if one is potentially untapped is to do a quick Google search for insert niche marketing agency. And if the only ones that pop up are Marketing 360, Blue Corona, Town Square Interactive, and some of the other big ones that are generalists with hundreds or even thousands of employees, and you don't see any niche focused players, that's a green light, and I would say go for it. Because if they are ranking, they've been in the game for a little while and they were able to get enough authority into their website to rank above the generalists if that's where they're at in the search result. Now, step 2, I'll keep this one very brief. You need to have a call booking funnel in place. And this doesn't mean you need to go spend hundreds on Go High Level or anything like that. I don't use that software. I don't like it at all. I don't encourage it for beginners at all. I think the really only reason most people recommend it is because they have a good affiliate program. And it's really as simple as this. WordPress website, Calendly integrated with Zoom. So you're talking like $30 a month in software embedded onto the contact page of your agency's website. That's the only methods to get in touch. through that. The reason for this is because you do not want to start playing email and phone tag with a prospect. The absolute best way to get a business owner to buy your digital marketing service program is a one-to-one call on Zoom or whatever teleconference software you want to use. You want to have it structured so that way you could be on the call, taking their credit card information, entering it into Stripe subscriptions, whatever processor you want to use, and get paid right then and there and get things started. And then you do the onboarding and all that sort of stuff. So step 3 is where we tie all this together. So with your agency's website, you likely at this point have at least the homepage, and of course you have the call booking page or the contact us page with the Calendly embed or whatever system you're using. Then you have service program page, about us, blog, whatever else you might have. Testimonial page for existing client testimonials. You need to set up a thank you page that we will then take that URL, and when a person that books a call gets redirected to for that particular event. So they come in, they book a sales call, make sure it's set to redirect them to this particular page, and we'll just call it a thank you page. But the important thing here, at least in terms of retargeting, is having some type of event pixel on this page and this page only. So in my agency, it is set as a website schedule. This is a custom event that I had set up within the Facebook dashboard. If you want to just use whatever they have in place, whether that's a lead, heck, even an add to cart or whatever it is, as long as it's not a purchase pixel, that's perfectly fine. Because then when somebody clicks on your ad, then Facebook will stop showing them all the ads that you have in place. Now, as far as the actual content of the ad, what is going to go into it? Now, I tried so many different styles of ads and trying to get the prospect's attention with retargeting, of course, when I was trying to do the cold traffic too. And the most beginner-friendly strategy is going to be using the video testimonials that you have from your clients that you obtained when you got your first clients, working for them for free or very, very cheap to get them results, and then in exchange they give you a testimonial video. You put that on here, and what I've done with this particular ad that performs very, very well is I just pull quotes from what my client said in the video. So we doubled in size, single-handedly brought in more leads than anything else. And then I kind of tie it together and say, hey, they added 7 figures in the past couple of years. When's it going to be your turn? Schedule before your competition sees this ad. The link's right there, or click down below where it says book now. And it's even got a little bit of engagement despite it having such a small audience. So that is the $7 a day retargeting strategy that I use to build my marketing agency to $35,000 monthly recurring revenue. Take this information, put it to work. Comment down below your results. Drop a like. Join the ever-growing family of agency owners that actually win. Go down below, hit subscribe, click the bell for notifications. And lastly, if you want to get more in-depth training on all of this, check out the webinar links down below in the description as well as the pinned comment. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.